What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the final episode of the Galar Goodbye series. As always, I am Carter Noble. Today we have none other than Gigawatts, probably better known as Nishant, with us. What's up? How are we?
Hey, I'm good, man. How are you? It's good to be here.
It's really freaking early, and life sucks already. So, it's been a morning, and I've been awake for 10 minutes.
I mean, sometimes it's just one of those days, and I'm sorry that today is one of those days.
It's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. Decompressing, everything's okay. We're here to play Pokemon.
Yeah, that's true.
So what do you think? So we're here to play some Series 13. This is a series I have essentially no experience with. I've made my opinion of this format very clear. I played a handful of games, felt very discouraged very quickly, and just like nothing I played worked. And so like as a result, I did not enjoy this format whatsoever. Now, let's turn to someone who actually enjoys this format and actually likes it. Talk us through it. What do you think?
So like you said, I really like the format. I think it's fun. I think it's interesting. I don't necessarily think it's like a good format. But I think it's really cool. I love the opportunity to finally use mythicals. I think that was a really cool chance. Like, there are a lot of Pokemon that people have never had the chance to use, so I really like that. And I really like this idea of just seeing like how strong can we really make a team. I thought it was a really cool opportunity for just like a lot of different aspects to come together. I like that there was this like constant increase of power, right? We started with like 1 restricted, we moved to 2. We had like Series 12 for so long, and then they were like, okay, let's just see what happens if we like kind of go all out. So I thought it was fun.
Let's just throw everything at the wall. People will figure it out, and that's their problem. Yeah.
And then they gave us the ultimate finale. So it was like
which, like, on paper, it seems really, really awesome. And like, I was really excited for this format. I know a lot of people were pretty hyped and everything. And, it was a lot of just like, we've never played with these mythicals. As like VGC players, we essentially have no idea what they do. Because just no one has ever played with them in an official format. So it's just like, man. And that's part of the reason why I felt very discouraged at first. It's just like, man, here's all these Pokemon I want to play with, and I don't know anything about them, and like playing against them is just like cool. It was just like, it felt like a beginning of a new game essentially, because it was just like these mythicals are on every team, and I don't know what any of them do. So it was just like a huge learning curve immediately. And I think that's the big problem I had with it. It was just like, I don't know any of these. I don't know what's going on. I'm very discouraged in team building because I don't know how to optimally build stuff. Screw it, I'm just not going to play it. And I have a feeling it's me projecting a little bit, but like, whatever.
Yeah. To be fair, a lot of the mythicals are bad. And people quickly realize this. So,
well, that's
ones you really need to know about.
That's discouraging because I stole a team that had mythicals on it, so
hopefully the ones you kept are the good ones.
I think in reality, I think it has 1. I really don't remember, but still.
Amazing. I need to make sure I have a team on in-game right now that I can use.
That's why I was actually late to recording, is because I was busy trying to find a rental team.
Oh no, because we love that. I should hopefully have a team available. We'll see. It'll be an experience for sure.
Because like, I couldn't find Series 13 rentals. They're not up on like Victory Road or anything because there was no events for them. So it's just like,
yeah,
okay, we're going to the deep web for this.
You gotta find those content creators that just forgot to pull them down. That's really what you need.
And that's what we did. Clover Bells at the beginning of the format, I think, released a video with like 6 of them. And of those 6, 1 was up.
There we go. I will make sure to pull up that video. Get those pastes going as we hop into this.
Fantastic. Getting bodied on my own channel. Love it.
We'll see. That implies that I do well, so who knows about that one.
So you want to talk about like your experience with Pokemon, where you've started and all that stuff on, before we actually get too far into this.
Sure. So I I started like way back when. I used to play singles in Diamond and Pearl. So that should date me. I feel like I have played some facet of competitive before some of these listeners were born, which is weird to say. But I took a really big break, like at the start of Gen 5, mainly because I hated Gen 5. But I always like followed VGC, so I was aware of like what was happening. I remember watching like Ray win Worlds. I watched Sajin win Worlds. I watched Wolf. I mean, like from YouTube, like the next day. Like I watched all of those things happen. And I like had a brief stint where I tried to get back into it in 2016, but it wasn't until COVID where like everyone was finally getting back into it that I was like, hey, I really want to do this again. I think the idea of content creation was really what kind of pushed me over the edge, where it was just like sitting at home alone, like playing is kind of boring, but if I can at least make content, that was really what kind of gave me the drive to get really back into it. And then I went guns blazing, and it's really good to be back.
For sure. Obviously, that's kind of the same story that like Carl and myself have. Well, it's just like very casual. I was very much like a just casual player. I knew everything you could know about it, but like when it came to like the competitive side, it's just like I don't know anything. I don't know literally anything. And I remember in Black and White, weather's very good, so like that's like as far as my knowledge went. So I'm like, I'm gonna build a sand team. We're like,
here you go, good choice.
Here's Sigilith and Stoutland.
Perfect, I love it.
I don't think I had Tyranitar or Excadrill, so it's just like, the good parts of the sand I didn't play.
Did you have Hippowdon, or were you manually setting up sand?
Gigalith didn't have Sandstream yet, did it? I don't remember. But I know it wasn't Tyranitar, so it had to be one of those two.
Probably Gigalith, then. Respect it. I mean, you do. I've used Gigalith. It's got its place.
And I, went through the process of, like, EVing exactly Stoutland, and I went, this is stupid, I don't want to do this anymore.
Very fair. It is a long process.
I'm very glad that they have made the games more accessible and removed a lot of the needless grinding out of it, because it really does just make it way better and way more, obviously like more accessible for players to come play. And I think that's a big thing moving forward. If they want to have this be a competitive game, they need to continue to make it more accessible to everyone. So with
some of the things. Oh God, sorry. Go ahead.
With Scarlet and Violet being a week away, I'm very excited to see like how much they continue to improve on it. And obviously, things have come a long way between. I'm going to go beat up 252 Pat Rats.
I mean, I've been there. Whenever people talk about the quality of life changes, I think the biggest one for me was the IV judge. Because that didn't used to be a thing. So if you wanted to check your IVs, you had to do a 6v6 level 100 singles battle versus someone online, check the IVs manually, and then close out of the battle.
That sounds atrocious.
Yeah, and when I didn't have that many friends that played, it was even worse.
Just doing all of this manually. Yeah, I'm good. Miss me with all that. That's insane. Oh my lord. And people wonder why ginning was like so widely used. It's just like the process of getting Pokemon took literal hours.
Yeah. It did. Each one.
Yep.
I can train a whole team the time that it would take me to EV train one Pokemon from Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, legitimately, I have built teams in 45 minutes. It's just like, alright, I need another 6 IV egg. Well, luckily I already have my 2 6 IV Pokemon to breed. It's just, It's as simple as can be. But yeah, that's one thing that I don't think anyone has ever like. I've never thought about it. Just like how impactful having the IV judge is. Like that's just not something people have thought about.
Huge.
Yeah, for sure.
I think for like just as a personal thing, I think that is one of the biggest quality of life improvements of all time.
For sure. Well, do you have any other notes you want to talk about before we get to the match this morning?
No, I think I'm ready to rock right into it. Unless you have any other questions for me.
I think I'm good, man. We've obviously talked about the format a little bit, talked about you. I think we're good. Let's hop into it.
Oh, sounds good. Let's do it.
So, as we kind of talked about in the intro here, I am playing one of the teams that Clover Bells had up on their channel. So go, obviously go support them. They're fantastic. We've had Carl over on their channel as well. So, this is the Volcanion team he had on the video that I saw. We're doing like Volcanion plus Groudon. So as a result, because we have Sun, we also won like Sun Abuser. So we have Charizard here. Solar Blade Zacian's really sick. That is not something I have seen basically ever. But it's like a very good check in like opposing Volcanion. So that's kind of cool. And then to round the team off, we have like our Trick Room mode of like Lunala, and then Grimmsnarl here because it's still absurdly powerful, even in a format where you have mythicals and unlimited amounts of restricted. So this is going to be cool. I'm very excited. Hopefully this format, just the early days left a sour taste in my mouth, and it's been washed out and we're good to go. So let's get paired up here with Gigawatts and see what happens today. I believe Gigawatt said they're going to be putting up their side of the battle up on their channel as well. I know Carl's going to put the link to their channel down in the description of the video as well. So please go support Nishant. They've been nothing but fantastic. I know we didn't really talk about it in the intro, but they were one of our primary Series 13 players for the Chicago Double Darms. And, I obviously have a huge amount of respect for them. Kyogre Groudon is really sick. And, like, Volcanion's kind of good against both of them. Like, in very different ways, right? Like, obviously we body Kyogre. And, like, we also just, like, are able to dish out a ton of damage against Groudon. Dialga also is really interesting here. I think the big thing we need to watch out for is, like, Venu. Which, like, we have Charizard for. So, I kind of like the idea of trying to go slow here with Lunala. Trying to go underneath them. Since they do have this Venu to outpace us. I also really like the idea of Grimmsnarl here. I'm not sure if, like, Lunala makes all that much sense. It's not that great into their team, to be honest with you. But I could see, like, Grimmsnarl plus maybe, like, Zard with Groudon. Do I want Zard here? Is Zacian just better? Sure. I think I wanted to lead Zacian here, but this is fine. We're just gonna punch with Groudon, and if they end up leading with like Kyogre, it's kind of fine because we'll get Sun Up because we're slower. Alright, so it's just gonna be Grimmsnarl plus Dialga on a lead. Pretty okay with this as a like starting point. Because obviously we can get our screens up here. Notably, we can also just like punch. We can like Scary Face plus punch Dialga, but I don't think we're able to ever one-shot this. So I think just going for screens and going for an SD here makes a lot of sense. Could be Dynamax Dialga plus like Steel Spike into my Grimmsnarl, which probably one-shots even through Light Screen. Probably gonna see a Reflect come up on their end. So getting this SD, I think, makes a lot of sense. I'm really hoping they ignore Grimmsnarl for half a second. Yep, there's the Reflect. No surprise. Yep, there is the Steel Spike. Also, there's a surprise to no one. And the Grimmsnarl, who does take a very hefty chunk. And like, we're +2 on Groudon now. Notably, they're not Life Orb on Dialga, so that makes me think they might be like Policy. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just set Reflect here. No, I think... I want to do this and go for one of these. Scary Face of Dialga so we can outpace it. That means that, like, regardless of what we have here in the back, we're going to be able to outpace it. Precipice Blades does really solid damage, just under 50% on the Dialga. They are Policy. Not really surprised to see that either. So they can kind of just pick off whatever they want here. Spear Break into Grimmsnarl is going to be enough to pick it up. And the question is does this one-shot my Groudon through screens? Unfortunately. But this is kind of fine. Because now I get to bring out Zard. Oh wait, I don't have Zard. I have Volcanion. I mean, Volcanion's still very good too. And of course, everyone's favorite Sword Dog. I could double Dialga this turn to try to take it out. I could also see them protecting Dialga this turn. So I think I just want to... I'm for sure 1000% Dynamaxing Volcanion. I think I'm actually just going to protect Zacian this turn. And I think I'm going to go for a Max Flare into the Grimmsnarl slot to try to pick it off. Because if I can pick it off before it gets like a Spirit Break, or... It probably is just going to go for Light Screen this turn, and if that's the case, I'm kind of fine with it. Alright, we pick up the Grimmsnarl. That's obviously good. I missed what the Grimmsnarl did, which is a wee bit unfortunate. Zacian holds on, which is obviously very good as well, because now we're able to put on a ton of pressure against this Dialga, forcing it to either swap out and lose its Weakness Policy boost, or essentially just get destroyed here. Kyogre model for paintings. I've never seen that. That is amazing. This also tells me they probably have like Thunder on Kyogre. But honestly, I don't feel like we're in a bad position here. Step 1, delete Dialga. I could also Max Flare the Dialga to... I think Max Quake is probably just better. This is just going to obviously give us a special defense boost, and when we're facing down a Kyogre, that's probably really important. Origin Pulse is going to give us our Water Absorb. We're going to go back up to full. Question is, does Zacian take this? Probably not, right? Oh, we do. Thanks, screens. Alright, big threat down. Another big threat right there on the way. So they are not able to take back control of the weather. So if I want to go for Max Flare plus Solar Blade, I actually have the opportunity to do so. The question is do I want to reveal my tech for game 1? He says before Groudon comes in. Okay. Perfect. So I'm going to Solar Blade the Kyogre. And I'm going to Max Flare the Groudon. Zoop! I think I probably should have doubled into the Groudon, to be honest with you. I think it's the bigger threat here between these two mons. And like, we kind of just body the Kyogre as Volcanion. Notably, they are faster, and that makes me sad. Holy cow, Volcanion, stop it! Actually, don't. I actually really enjoyed that. Alright. Our only play this game. Pray he misses a Precipice Blades. No! That's fine. So unfortunately, I have revealed the tech of Solar Blade. I really do think I should have targeted on the Groudon, because had I thought about it for half a second more, I would have realized that Groudon is definitely the bigger threat compared to the Kyogre. That being said, I think we did okay. I think we got to do a thing. Question is, do I like Grimmsnarl? I think Grimmsnarl was actually really pivotal for that game. I think Volcanion's actually very good too. I think Zacian and Groudon are probably my best answers into Dialga. Problem is Groudon just does not do enough to it. So maybe I bring like Lunala? Try to just go underneath them? Problem is Lunala does not line up well against the Dialga, but that's fine. We don't... I think Zacian is just better here. I think this matchup's really close. If I can force a game 3, I'll feel good about this format. I'll take back everything I ever say, and if I can take this to a game 3. It's really unfortunate that Venusaur's here because I don't like it. I don't like it in its stupid little face. Because this could be swap into Groudon. This could just be like Gigantamax. I don't think it's Gigantamax. I think we're going to Spirit Break the Grimmsnarl slot and figure things out. And I think I think we're going to try to go for Trick Room. If it works, it works. If not, I get punished. Dang it, I get punished. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. Venusaur is going to be faster than me anyway. Interestingly, they are also going for Spirit Break here. But into my Lunala. That is going to break my ability, right? How does Lunala work? Does anybody really know how Lunala works? What is my ability? I just ignore their abilities, right? No. It is Shadow Shield. Okay. Cool. So now what? I'm gonna punch their Grimmsnarl. And we're gonna wake up. That's the play. We're just gonna wake up. Venu is a fun Pokemon to play against. So exciting. Hooray. Alright, Grimmsnarl. Dang. Alright, Lunala. Heck yeah. Good job, Lunala. You did a thing. And now we're gonna wake up with Grimmsnarl. Wonder if Meteor Beam's enough to one-shot Venusaur. Probably not. I think I am going to double the Venu slot, though. Let's not. Let's not say we did. This is 150, this is 120 plus... Yeah, this is more damage than just straight-up Moongeist Beam. Okay, so we're definitely 1000% not one-shotting Venu. We know that for a fact. Light screen is going to go up, that's fine. My Grimmsnarl is going to wake up. Heck yes. Good job, Grimmsnarl, you did it, buddy. Man, one-turn sleeps are just busted. So unfortunately, I didn't get screens up, but like, I don't think it really matters. Just don't miss. Don't miss. Don't miss. Fire the space cannon. Alright, cool. That was pitiful. Lunala, you're a disappointment. I guess it wasn't neutral, but still. And behind light screen, but also still. Alright, now we bring out our main man, Volcanion. And you're going to give me a power boost? This is actually really sick because Volcanion's slower than Groudon. We know this. We know we're slower. And now Venusaur is also slower. What to do, what to do. Let's punch this stupid Groudon in its stupid little face. Still fine? Like, I'm gonna just reset the sun. Like, I'm not gonna one-shot your Groudon like I wanted, but... Okay. This is gonna do, obviously, very pitiful damage. I would classify that as very pitiful damage. But we are going to set the sun, so that means Venusaur's back to being fast again. Which is what we really care about, right? This is a neutral Moongeist Beam. It is neutral, right? I'm not -1. Vine Lash, presumably into Volcanion. Yep, okay. Okay. Just over half. Lunala is also going to take a hit. How many turns of Trick Room we got left? 2? 2. We are at neutral. It's just behind screens. Okay. I think this is pretty safe to just Quake the Kyogre slot. I'm going to move Ice Beam into the Venusaur here. Get that special defense boost on both of my Mons here. Ice Beam. Don't freeze. Perfect. That's pretty okay damage. Leave Volcanion alone. He never did nothing to hurt nobody. All I know is we're really going to be reliant on Zacian to come in and clean this game up. I need to deal with this Venusaur this turn, and I don't think they have Protect. We're going to protect Lunala. We should be able to live through Vine Lash. Helping Hand Venusaur. I'm sorry. What? What? I didn't know Venusaur got Helping Hand. Okay. We're fine. Don't do that. We're fine? No, we're not fine! I really needed Volcanion to live there. Okay, this is actually fine because I still have Solar Blade, so I can one-shot the Groudon. Groudon's not gonna have Protect, right? So I can Solar Blade there, live whatever hit comes out from the Kyogre. We're fine. I think we're fine? Are we fine? How many turns does Sun are left? It's a really important question I don't know the answer to. 2. How convenient. I needed 2. I don't actually think I need 2. I think the Kyogre goes down to Sacred Sword at this range, but Groudon is definitely the bigger threat between these two, so please just don't have Protect. Hooray! Bopped. Okay. What? No! Oh, what just happened? How? Oh, it's so disappointing. Fine, you win. Alright, we need to talk about the Groudon. What the actual heck was that?
What about it?
You weren't Sash, right? You just naturally lived on 1?
I lived on 2.
That's still stupid.
I definitely had calced for that specific instance.
Is this like a
Groudon that
is this a common thing? Is like Solar Blade Zacian a known thing in this format?
No, I was making a joke. I literally had grabbed that Groudon out of the box. I don't know what its spread does.
Look, man, you never know. It's like,
sorry, what was it? You
I'm so mad. I'm not. Like it was a really fun match, but
it was.
I'm just like,
I was like, as long as the number of reflect turns are up, like are high enough, it's fine. And I was like, I don't have reflect up, so we're kind of hoping for the best here.
You now see my confusion. I'm just like, what? What?
I mean, I was confused too. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go down here, and I was like, you know, I'll take that. Well, we appreciate Groudon. I hate Groudon a lot, so the fact that it carried was much appreciated.
Legitimately, I thought it was Focus Sash. I was so mad. I thought it was Sash. Just like, who runs Sash Groudon?
Not me. The Sash was on Venusaur, I think. Maybe.
That would not surprise me in this format. I was, that's insane. Like, I think, had we, it might be a range, who knows? I genuinely don't know. Solar Blade Zacian is not something I've literally ever played with, so it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah. That's fair. I don't know either.
So it's just like, yeah, this'll be fine. This'll KO.
I thought it was gonna KO. I saw that HP go down, and I was like, okay, well, game 3 is fine. And then I was like, you know what? Like, I'm fine with this.
I said in my recording going into game 2, I'm like, if I can force a game 3, I won't shit talk this format anymore. But, you know, I didn't, so this format sucks.
If I had known, I would have run turn 1. Just, we had the chance. Man,
it was a fun match. It really was. After I KO'd the Groudon, I KO'd the Kyogre game 1. As soon as I did it, I went, I probably should have targeted down that Groudon. It's probably going to be a bigger threat. Like, I don't care about Zacian going down, but like Volcanion just bodies this Kyogre. We'll be fine. And like,
yeah.
And then you outsped me with Groudon as well. I'm just like, I made a mistake.
Yeah, Kyogre was a mistake. I was talking about it. I was like, I should have brought Porygon 2 would have been the much better choice. Especially game 2. I should have brought it over Kyogre like in a heartbeat. Yeah,
I'm assuming your P2 set is just like Foul Play, Trick Room, Recover, Eerie Impulse? Yeah, alright, cool. Yeah. Just like, alright, just annoy the opponent to death. It'll get there.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, Kyogre did stuff. But, like, Porygon 2 would have done it better.
That's a fair assessment. As soon as I saw the Dialga was not Life Orb, my first thought is, yeah, this is probably Policy. I think I can afford to give him Policy. Like, I don't think it actually matters. I think he one-shot me regardless. But
I don't know about that. I think the turn you protected Zacian and KO'd KO'd Grimmsnarl with Volcanion was a really good play. Because it put me pretty hard on the back foot.
Yeah, that was the thought process. It's just like, this gets rid of your last Dynamax turn, and like, I'm guaranteed to outspeed you because you're at -2. So like, if you swap out, you lose your weakness policy. If you stay in, you just get one shot. So like,
yeah.
I missed that turn. What did your Grimmsnarl go for? Was it Thunder Wave?
Wave into Zacian. Okay. I should have T-Wave. Like, it was obvious. I should have gone for the double up into Volcanion. Yeah, with dual primals in the back, I should have just doubled up Volcanion.
Yeah, but that turn, I looked down at my phone, and I'm like, all right, he did something into Groudon, into my Zacian. I don't know what it was, though. I'm really hoping it wasn't.
Glad you took it.
I'm like, I really hope it wasn't Thunder Wave. That's really annoying.
Glad to know you took the battle seriously. You're checking your phone mid-game.
Look, yes.
I was like, I have the pace for this team. Should I pull it up? And I was like, no, that would be cheating. Meanwhile, you're over here just like texting the whole time.
Not the whole time. It was one message.
Hey, I see how it is. Disrespect.
Pure disrespect. Nothing but the most disrespect you can find.
That's true.
We actually didn't talk about it in the intro. You were on the double darms with Angelo and myself. Do you want to talk about like your experience there and all that fun that we had there, and just the constant harassment of Angelo?
Yeah, I mean the best part was definitely harassing Angelo. I would appreciate it if everyone harasses him when you listen to this. It was a cool experience. It was a lot of people that I had never met before, so it was a really good chance to work with them. It was also a couple friends that I knew really well, but we'd never played on a team before. So having that experience was great. I really like the concept of the draft league. I think giving people that experience is important because it is such a unique experience. So like creating a way for others to experience that, I think is awesome. So it was a good time.
The idea behind it is like, all of these other draft leagues, you have to either know someone or everyone has to know who you are to really get drafted. And it's a really bad feel bad when it doesn't happen. And
yeah, that's true.
Being one of the biggest ideals that Carl and I have always had when it comes to our community is inclusiveness. Just like we want everyone to always feel included at all times. And so, we talked about it a couple different times. It's like we expected like 60 people to sign up, and we were gonna have like teams of like 7 maybe. And then, we had just over like 160. So
yeah,
it's like
teams ran deep.
It's just like, this is way more than we bargained for. But people like draft leagues. Who knew? Yeah, it was obviously a very, very fun time. Carl did a lot of the back end stuff, and so he was uber stressed for a lot of it. And obviously, I'm very glad to have it done and over with now. Unfortunately, we didn't bring home the trophy, but we did a lot of things that we set out to do, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
So do you wanna plug your stuff? I don't think we actually did that in the front half.
We did not, I don't think. So I am Gigawatts94 on both Twitch and YouTube. I stream usually Shiny Hunting on Twitch late at night Eastern Standard Time, and then I upload VGC content on YouTube. I'm going to be doing a Let's Play on YouTube for Scarlet and Violet, as well as streaming live on Twitch. So definitely check me out and look forward to those two things.
Twitter?
My Twitter is Nishant AJ.
Okay.
It's like a mix of VGC and just like my personal life.
Cool. I wasn't sure if you wanted to plug it. I wasn't sure if you even had one. So.
No, I do. It's just like weird cat memes and VGC and like complaining.
That sounds like the Twitter experience.
As it should be.
Cat memes, Twitter, and complaining. You hit all the 3 major boxes for me.
As it should be.
But you have anything you wanna do before we get out of here? Anything you wanna say?
I would like to say that I'm better than Ro.
That's pretty obvious.
Everyone make sure to watch the battle where Ro lost, and then remember that I won. It's super great to be here. This is really awesome that you're doing this, and it's been awesome to be a part of it.
Yeah, I agree. This has been really fun. I think this is a very good send-off for Sword and Shield. And it's crazy to think my last Dynamax ever was a Volcanion. A Pokemon...
You brought a mythical.
That is true. I told you I'd have at least one. I really wanted to find like a Whimsicott team and have my last Dynamax be Whimsicott.
You should have just done it. You should have just grabbed a Series 12 team. It's an option.
I mean, yeah. Just like cut all the support and put on more restricteds.
Yeah. There you go. It's the way to go. You should have done it. What was mine? Was it... Oh, it was Venusaur, which makes sense.
That's very fitting. Also, I don't think we talked about it, but just like 2 one-turn sleeps is just absolutely absurd.
To be fair, I also hit 2 sleep patterns.
That's also fair.
It worked out. It balanced itself out.
As soon as I saw the first turn wake up, I'm like, oh, that's really good. And then it happened the next turn too, and I'm like, oh, this is like really, really good. Awesome. It's like
it worked out really well.
It's like Venusaur had double fake out or something. We're fine.
Yeah, I mean, I will take that any day. Double fake out sounds awesome. It let me do what I needed to do, and it worked out well.
For sure. But I think that's gonna be it, man. Thank you so much. This has been a blast.
Yeah.
I obviously have a lot of feelings for Sword and Shield, and you know, it's been a fun time. And I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to record this with me. So,
of course, glad to be here.
To everyone listening, thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you in Scarlet and Violet. Have a good one. Peace.